Hello, and welcome to Drew and what he do's. I was just sitting here in my car, like I mostly do, talking out loud to myself, and I asked, if anyone was listening, please knock on that box over there. And then I got talking some more, hoping saying if God, Buddha exists, Jesus. And then I thought, maybe all religions are true, Isn't that a beautiful idea? That maybe in this life, our ideas, with enough belief behind them, give them enough power to manifest in another dimension, in a realm we can't see, because we all know this. So there's been some theories that I've heard throughout history, throughout my life. Should I stare at the camera? I feel like if I look at the camera and talk, maybe that's, a little bit better. Let me just try this. So, I'm making eye contact. We all know, the ancient civilizations, like Egyptian, Mayan, the natives, so many. The dinosaurs. I know I haven't gone to school in a while, but billions and trillions of years ago, no way. They found out that the Earth is 4 million years old. I think it's... Okay. But my point is, there was a bunch of white people, in Britain, and Christopher Columbus got on his ship and went to the North American continent, and a bunch of shit went down, and, I love thinking about the times before all that happened, because it's so primitive and so what we call spiritual. And, they believed in non-conformed beliefs. Their God was not religion. That's what I mean. Is this eye contact working okay? But, yeah, and it's far out because I've always dug the Egyptian culture because I love hieroglyphs and the images that were produced there, and theories of the pyramids being built. And it's possible for humans to do that. Looking back, there was, say, two theories. One, of course, extraterrestrials came to Earth and gave us some technology to advance the civilizations that were just started, whereas the Neanderthals were wiped out, and then ancient alien or ancient astronaut theory, the new breed of primate, Homo sapien, were spliced with alien DNA, if you will. Hence, 1% of our DNA that cannot be explained. So yeah, they could have used their own technology to build the pyramids without the interference of higher intelligence from our own planet or another planet. You never know. We know more about the moon than our own ocean. What you talking about? So yeah, you know, and if a lot of you don't know, the third eye, the symbol, the Eye of Ra, Egyptians split open a brain and got the design from the pineal gland. So write that down in your little notebook that you file away all your little lollipops and your fucking bullshit. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding. I was trying to quote Metalocalypse, but I don't have anyone to watch TV with anymore. So, yeah, a lot of theories. Stonehenge, you know, it's impossible to think like a human could set those stones up. You know, how? Well, of course they had rope and wood, they had utensils, they had tools. They did back then. They did. I don't like doing the, you know, gay impression because I do look like one of those hot guys that, you know, you see in shows and movies where the girl's like, oh, well, he's got to be gay. So yeah, Stonehenge could have been Stonehenge? Yeah, Stonehenge. There's also a I'm trying to like get my lip licking down too, because they're so luscious. There's some sort of castle and like a stone that weighs tons, sort of like a Stonehenge stone. It can be pushed, and that's because it's on the right pivot of, I don't know, just it's at the right spot, and it was created way back then, like before, you know, a lot of shit. You know, the whole idea that we were able to navigate the stars, predict, you know, certain things, it can make sense to me because time was not a concept. At least not a dire one in today's world, which is always inflamed. But it does make sense. If you had no distraction from television, gossip, fucking media, technology, all this fucking bullshit you can just throw in the blender, you could do magnificent, marvelous things. Marvel. It's Marvel. Things of Marvel. Things. Just with all that, you know, non-illusion. I mean, I also want to say, like, you can't believe everything you hear on TV. Alright, so Fox News, you know, smoke a pole. You can hear what the Bible says, you can hear what Nostradamus said, but who the fuck put it on the fucking screen in the first place? You know, the Catholic Church that, you know, is full of shit too. You can't deny that there was a time, and still to this day, that Catholic priests molest children. You can't deny that fact, so your religion has a loophole and many others. So, not to get into politics, let's move along now. I still have to dip into like Roman and Greek mythology. I know there's been a lot of wars that I haven't read up or read into or learned about. I don't know what phrase I'm trying to fucking use, but I have seen a ghost. I have experienced what others have experienced also, which could be described as an interdimensional being known as a shadow person, but I think my experience was described as best. I won't tell you about it. That could be another time. I never seen a ghost before, so I went to a place that was known to be haunted, and I really fucked shit up. Saw the ghost, crossed that off my list. When it comes to that, there's so many, beliefs going back, that revolve around nature, and when you dig deep in our roots of our species, you can't go wrong there. I don't think you can go wrong there. Now, going back to Christianity, you tell me you found his cross, you tell me you found a piece of clothing or a piece of cloth that Jesus Christ wore, and you put it on TV, And just to be fair, it was also said that archaeologists have dug in, the Middle East, and they found tools that, were far ahead. They found a battery that was made back in the BC days. No, that could be true. The picture looked real, But I never believed the story of what's-his-face, because it was rewritten 28 times over. If you watch the movie Zeitgeist, you find out that the story was ripped off from a previous story, ripped off from another story. Astronomy will tell that he was not the only one born on that day and was crucified and had disciples. There's a lot of coincidence, and perhaps we are stars. It's really a lot to take in and think about. It really is. I was told I was a lot to take in. Literally and metaphorically.